The NCAA Rules Committee, the American Football Coaches Association, and CFO over the past several years have made remarkable progress in the areas of player safety. They've made numerous changes to impact on player safety, and in that continuing effort, in 2014, they've added another rule change that would have significant impact on safety. This is revolving around low hits on the passer. In fact, this is nothing more than an adaptation of the NFL rule that they've had for a number of years, but it does truly involve player safety. So what we're going to do, we'll break the rule down a little bit here and let's talk about it. Two elements for the offensive player. When an offensive player is in a passing posture with one or both feet on the ground. So I think that's the first thing. In each of these videos, we'll break down those elements. Then for the defensive player, he must be rushing unabated, and he shall not hit the passer forcibly at the knee or below. And it's important to note that we do say offensive player. We don't say quarterback. So that, in fact, covers a halfback pass or an end-around pass or anything like that. So having said that and established the elements of it, the defensive player may also not initiate a roll or lunge and forcibly hit his opponent in the knee area or below. So we've got quite a few elements to discuss here. Now there are some exceptions. One, it's not a foul if the offensive player is a runner, not in a passing posture. And this doesn't matter whether he's inside or outside the tackle box. So that's an important exception there. If he's a runner, it doesn't apply. So let's take a look at one that here to kind of establish what this rule change is all about. Now you'll see, you don't see it as well on this view, but in the next couple of views, you're going to see it pretty good. Here's the quarterback set up, and what you're going to see this player, defensive player, coming in right here, and when he does, you're going to see the action against the quarterback. Is he a offensive player in a passing posture? Yes. One or both feet on the ground? Yes. Now here comes the defensive player coming in, and I'll slow it down for you so you can see. And is it forcible at the knee or below? And it is. You'll see a couple other views from the back. That one pretty clear to you, but when you see these views from behind, I think that's where you'll get. Here's the best picture right here. When you see this contact that comes in there, that's painful to even watch on video. This is the play we're trying to remove by this rule change. See the knee hyperextended there, and as that knee gets hyperextended right in this area, what we're going to have, this is the play that we're trying to eliminate. So you'll see a couple of views of it there. All the elements, the passing posture, one or both feet. Now in these exceptions we talked about for the defender, here's two others that we have to remember. It's not a foul if the defender grabs or wraps the opponent up and attempt to make a conventional tackle. That's just a wrap up and a tackle. We have to allow that. And the third area, it's not a foul if the defender is not rushing unabated or if he's blocked or fouled into. So that means he can be pushed into him, whether it's a legal block or an illegal block. In either case, those are not a foul and can be excused. So we'll see a few of these as we go along here. Let's take a look at this first one here. Quarterback in a passing posture becomes a runner for just a second and then back into the passing posture. So let's take a look on this one. I think we can break it down a lot easier here, and you'll see the contact. All right, first element, a little bit of a runner now right here. One or both feet on the ground, passing posture, and at this point the contact comes in low from behind him, and I think you'll see it pretty clear. That's a foul, and that's what this rule is designed to detect. Here's another one on here. The quarterback rolls down to the right and again becomes a runner for a minute. Passing posture, now he tucks the ball and becomes a runner, but then he goes back into the passing posture and gets hit low. So we have several views of this, but this demonstrates what this foul is about, what the rule change is about, and why it is a player safety move. I have a couple other views, and you'll see why I think we want to eliminate this from the game. Here's probably the best view right here. And in this particular case, then you see right here the defender coming low, and in doing so hits him low below at the knee or below with a forcible blow. That's what we're trying to eliminate. Another shot right there, you see that low hit. pretty much demonstrates what this foul is all about. All right, here's another one, and this is the difficulty we may have, our referees, especially with a judgment. You can't see it real good there. Clearly looks like a low hit, and we have that. But what I want you to be able to look at here in this picture, all right, when we freeze this frame here and we go through it slow, you see there may be some contact above the knee at the thigh, but there's also equal contact, forcible contact at the knee. So that's some of the difficulty we're going to have in analyzing this play. This is a foul. But even though there's some slight contact at the thigh, the bulk of the forcible hit is at the knee or below, thereby making this a foul. So again, we're going to have some work to do on the judgment on these, and there are going to be some that are pretty tough, and this is just one of them. You don't get a good look there, but clearly we want to eliminate that kind of play. All right, the next one coming up, you see a corner blitz. And I'll run it back for you here. One more chance just to set the play up. When the play starts, this corner comes off to blitz from right here, and this is what we want to watch is his action. All right, comes in. You see him hit him pretty low there. It looks like it's at the knee. You'll get another view here when he comes in, and when he comes in here, goes low and gets that passer at or below the knee with forcible contact. That's a foul. Here's another look at it. Bang, gets him down low. A little difficult maybe to determine, but in this one right here, quarterback is back, and this one now he goes low. It's very difficult to distinguish, but what we may have here is a little bit of a wrap up, and I'll try and break it down slow for you so you can see. When the end comes off, you see him coming in here. Now, there is some contact. There is some contact in here, but if it's purely a traditional tackle, just because it's a low tackle, that makes it legal. So, is there enough contact at the knee? Again, this is the assessment the referee's going to have to make in his judgment, whether that's a wrap-up and meets one of the exceptions. Again, you can't tell much from this view, but I think you'll see it. In the end here, another one of our exceptions that takes place, and that's the blocked into. Now you see right here where they're coming, where he's coming in to make the play, and I'll go through it slow. Here he's pushed into it. He does clearly make contact below the waist, but he's pushed into him, probably on an illegal block in the back. But at any rate, we can excuse the low hit and contact on the quarterback because it is one of those exceptions that we've established where they're blocked into the passer. That is one of the exceptions and not a foul. Again, a couple views of it to make sure we're clear on being blocked into. Here's one that happens. I think this is one of those. It's a low contact, but it appears that it's the other exception. It's just merely a wrap-up, a conventional tackle, and doesn't rise to the level of a foul. Comes in, grabs him, rolls him, and that's not enough force to be forcible at the knee. Here you can see it again. Grabs, traditional tackle, locks him up. We don't want that to be a foul. Now I have some NFL footage in here because obviously the NFL's had this rule for a number of years, and there's some shots here that they shared with me to help us from an educational perspective for this year to get this right. This one is hard. You got to look at the second view right here, and here's probably the best view that you're going to get. Comes in, and is there forcible contact before the wrap-up? Sometimes I think just because we have the wrap-up, that doesn't excuse if you've had pretty good forcible contact to go with it, and this is one of those. I think that's forcible contact at the knee. Even though the wrap-up after the fact, I don't think excuses it. It's not, it's that forcible contact that comes first, and I think it's pretty clearly established when you look at what this forcible contact is at the knee or below. So again, I'll play it a couple times so we can see the difference, and that's going to be a foul. All right, the next one here, again, a low hit. You see it just at the end of the play there, but I'll show you on the slow-mo here. When we get to this point right here, and you see defender coming in low on the quarterback right there. Forcible at the knee. Does he wrap him a little bit? Yeah, but I don't think it's enough to excuse it, and I would categorize that as a low hit on the quarterback, forcibly at the knee. There's another one. That one's pretty clear right there. That's a foul. You'll get a couple looks at it here. Again, this particular view is kind of hard to see, but it clearly gets him at the knee or below, forcible, unabated, all the elements of this foul. All right, another one here. In this particular case here, you'll see in the end zone view, what we have here is more of a wrap-up. Grabs him, wraps him up, just a traditional tackle. So what we want to establish here, is this an exception? And I believe it is. He comes in, it's not forcible, wraps him up, locks him up, and twists him around. Yeah, there may be a little bit of contact, but does it rise to the level of those others that we've seen? So we can excuse just a low tackle in that particular case. Here's probably the best view. I don't know that we'd have any forcible contact there. All right, the next one right here, another one. I think we're going to be able to excuse it. Better to see it from the end zone view. You get your best look at it as the quarterback retreats. And in this particular case, you see the tackler just going low and grabbing him, whether that is enough force. This is probably the best view right here. So in this case here, he's above the waist where that initial contact, above the knee where that initial contact takes place, and then wraps him up in a traditional tackle. All right, another one here, just a plain old low tackle. I don't think we have to analyze that or break that one down too much. You can just see he comes in, grabs him, pulls him to the ground, not a foul. So I think it's as important as anything else we do to establish what is not a foul as much as it is what is a foul. Summary reminder here of the elements. Offensive player must be in a passing posture, not a runner, and 2, must have 1 or both feet on the ground. Once those are established, then for the defender, he must be rushing unabated, the hit must be forcible, it's at the knee or below, and he cannot be blocked into or fouled into. So that should give us a pretty clear analysis of what is and what is not a foul. We'll have plenty of judgment. Here's kind of a summary one right here. You see the hit. I'll show it to you again at the very end, and we'll do our reminder on this. So as the defender comes in, quarterback meets the elements, the passer in a passing posture, 1 or both feet. But when he gets hit, I think we can pretty clearly establish that that's at the thigh. And even to that point, when he appeals to the referee, if you'll notice the referee right there signaling that's not a foul. So good reminder for us. This is a good player safety move. We'll have to work our way through it during the year, but hopefully this video will bring some clarity and some good philosophy and definition about what's a good rule change. Good luck.